I'm Ennis, and I'm a Client Development Associate here at TQR, and I've been here for about a year and a half. So I got to TQR actually right as I was graduating. I was working at a restaurant just off campus, which happens to be down the road from our office. And I knew that I would be looking into getting into recruiting. So, I was using LinkedIn, going through job postings. And one day as I was finishing up at the restaurant, it popped up and said, hey, there's a couple of opportunities near you. So I decided to just kind of drop in. It was on the way home, handed in my resume, had a couple of interviews, and here I am. I was scheduled to start right as I was finishing kind of a postgraduate trip. I think I spend most of my time outside of work involved in scouting things. I'm involved in local, national, and international activities. Actually, last summer I attended the World Jamboree in West Virginia with about 50,000 other scouts and scout leaders. And lately I've also been working on public speaking. I've given talks to students at a number of local colleges about careers and work and what to do as you transition out of the student period of life to find something that you really enjoy. For me, I think picking favorites is kind of hard. There's a lot of different things I've read for a lot of different purposes, but right now I think that the series Song of Ice and Fire, also known as Game of Thrones, has been pretty big. I started it mid-university. It's been like 5 years, and I've finally just finished it, so I can finally allow myself to watch the show. I'm pretty excited about that. But in terms of education and kind of personal development books, actually I Will Teach You to Be Rich by Ramit Sethi has been really good for me. I've found it very useful. My favorite placement. So when you start at TQR, actually you don't start client managing, which is what I do now, working more directly with clients as well as candidates. When you start, it's basically all candidate side. So you learn how we take information from people. You get time to learn about the different positions in the industries that we work in. So while I was doing that, I was working on a role or assigned to a role that I never even knew existed really. And I worked on that. We ended up being successful, and which I didn't really expect. So I got to achieve something that I didn't really get to expect to achieve, as well as it being my first placement. That's a pretty big deal. And then also, it really worked out well for me that not only was I successful in just getting a placement, as we often emphasize in this industry, but it was a placement where the person needed work to support their family. They work in, they have a unique skill set that is, not always easy to find a position in, and it was in a location that allowed them to move closer to friends and family. So all around it worked out really well. So I got very early on the experience of having my work to contribute to something that was greater than, just a dollar sign. What do I want people to know about me and my work? I think it's mostly, especially at this time of my life, what I'm learning is that what my work is exactly that. It's my work. It's not just, my job that I'm doing to pay bills. Like I said before, I got that experience of allowing my work to contribute to something larger than myself and larger than just a dollar sign, and that really meant a lot to me. So, the work that I do is becoming a part of who I am and the energy that I put into the world with the young people that I volunteer with and the students that I've been talking to. Every day I meet new people, I hear new stories, I kind of get to understand different perspectives, and it's just allowing me to really put in something good into the world.